I'm wondering if you can help me. My name is Shelby, and I'm here for the coming trials and tribulations. I'm a part of Quetzalcoatl, or the rebirth of it, as far as I know. I know many of your words to be true because I had already rediscovered these truths through finding that which resonated most with me throughout the various belief structures on this planet. Good evening, Shelby. It's good to see you again. It's been a while, old friend. Would it surprise you to know that we were expecting you? Quetzalcoatl is also a sixth density group soul, or social memory complex. Some refer to Quetzalcoatl as an ascended master, although he would be most amused by that title, knowing as he does that mastery is still some way off for him at this point, as well as it is for ourselves. One can be accurately described as having mastered a particular density, although mastery of the entire creational incarnation cycle does not occur until one has again attained submergence back into the infinite one creator. We may choose to do so once attaining the eighth density ascension, or one may choose instead to progress up to the next octave of densities and begin a new cycle of creational incarnation challenges. This is my first time on Earth in a long time, possibly ever. I have known for quite some time and been told by another from one of the bloodlines in your group that I do not truly exist here. You are correct in that you have not been here for a substantial period of Earth time, though not that you have not been here before. The group soul Quetzalcoatl enjoyed many third density incarnational cycles here back in the classic Aztec period. He struggled at first with perfecting love for others, which held back his progression for some time. However, once he came to the realization of our inherent unity, he was able to see himself in others, and his, or your, progression was rapid from there on in. Your Quetzalcoatl soul group attained positive harvest with a very impressive 76% at the time of the subsequent harvest. Naturally, when a group soul is undergoing an incarnational cycle in third density, its individualized soul portions, i.e. you, are the ones who are doing the actual physical incarnations, with the oversoul, or the higher self, of your individuated souls acting as the energy anchor in which the individual soul sparks are stepped down from. You spent a long while working your way through the fifth density, the density of wisdom, or light. This was due, in the main part, to an overabundance of compassion, which is not a bad thing, as compassion is one of the main things that you work on at fourth density. However, to graduate from fifth density to sixth density, the density of unity, one must learn to balance between compassion and wisdom. The sixth density is hence sometimes known as the density of compassionate wisdom, due to one having learned the balance between the two. This required many incarnational cycles for you, which is why you are correct when you feel that you have not visited third density Earth for a long time. I was not expected to show up. I originally had other previous engagements, but I managed to get here at the last minute. One of the things that I remembered is that I too am under contract. I am a walk-in, if that makes sense to you. So my human family is not like me. I've spent a long time traveling to various densities and helping out the various revolutions there. Your insight serves you well, Shelby. This not only applies to you, but to your entire soul group. Quetzalcoatl, the macrocosm of yourself, has been busy for at least 2 cycles working with a fifth density group on Alpha Centauri, who were experiencing similar problems with an overabundance of compassion at the cost of personal wisdom. You recently completed your assignment there, and were eager not to miss out on the glorious opportunity to be a part of this great harvest. Whilst your group, as I said, did eventually learn to balance love and light, to graduate into the sixth density, unity vibration, you still are very much prone to extreme compassion, and rather than take the usual period of time-space, or antimatter universe, where we rest in between incarnations. You were keen to jump aboard the third density space-time whirlwind at this point to be of assistance to your fellow beings here. My problem is that my memory has malfunctioned, and some of the things that I have remembered from my previous existences do not correspond with your words. I have met Lucifer and his generals on more than one occasion. I would appreciate any information that you may know of that would clear up my confusion as to why my thoughts are so jumbled, because I know what my path is clearly and I am awaiting the starting point, but I am not completely clear on what truly is happening here. Thank you for your time. You have indeed met with us, Lucifer, before on many occasions. We have worked together on various councils and confederation assignments. Use the gift of your dreamtime communications, which are important communications from your oversoul, and many other sources whereby information is downloaded. Use this to plug in to your inner databank. Begin recording everything you recall upon awakening, and do not give up on the process, even though it's hard at first. You will begin to recall to slowly make sense of the information which is being downloaded into your subconscious mind. When you become proficient at this, you can use your dream time as a method of inner communication. Ask our infinite creator to remind you of your time in the Zeta Reticuli system. You will remember our last period of service together, I would hope with much fondness. Sadly, my time here is only permitted one more day. Therefore, we will not likely communicate again after this message. So I wish you the very best with your assignment here, my friend, both your individual one and that of your group soul. I ask that our one infinite creator bless and guide your path. We look forward to seeing you on the other side when this grand ride is over. Our love, wisdom, and peace be with you. You mentioned Alcyone. It's very interesting. There's a celestial map of it on the Hoover Dam. There's also a compass framed by signs of the zodiac. Indeed. Just like in Hollywood productions, we hide the truth right out in the wide open. What humanity is offered as science fiction, more often than not, is actually science fact. What do the winged statues commissioned by the U.S. government guarding the entrance at the dam really represent? Is any of this collection of celestial wisdom found there connected to your Luciferian alien equinox transformation agenda? That is actually very simple. You'll note that the feet point directly downward toward the earth, and the hands and wingtips point directly up to the sky. The life force energy flows into the human mind, body, and soul complex from the earth up through the feet. The intelligent energy from the infinite creator flows down from above and in through the crown chakra. The wings represent our, or Lucifer's, inherent divinity. You'll also notice that the figure is seated. The seat of our power connects heaven and earth, and all things must pass through us. The names you know have no real power. Sure, they appear to have lots of power in the way earthbound souls perceive power. Our wealth makes the million and billionaire, celebs, and corporate bigwigs. Hold on. Oops, alright, my bad. I forgot to read the question. Alright, so let's go back. Alright. Other questions I have, and sorry if you explained this, are these bloodlines the wealthy, as most assume, or seemingly ordinary people, including celebrities, politicians, etc., blending in with society, going relatively unnoticed, yet contributing to your cause in the grander scheme of things? The names that you know have no real power. Sure, they appear to have lots of power in the way that earthbound souls perceive power. Our wealth makes the million and billionaire celebs and corporate bigwigs look like child's pocket money. Our wealth is family wealth, which has passed down through the generations over thousands of years. True wealth, however, is knowing deep in your heart that you and your infinite Creator are one. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, infinite Creator, and all these things shall be added unto you. So part of this question could also be, are all of them aware that they are part of this bloodline? Or are some members oblivious to this connection that they have? Or are they informed of this at a particular age? For example, how and at what age are you told that you belonged? Yes, if you are bloodline, family, you are born into it, and you are raised this way from birth. There is no other way. I want to be clear on this bloodline issue. The ones you know, they are of earthly lineage. Yes, they have their place in the family, but the real power lines do not originate from this plane, this planet. I have probably found this the single most insightful thing so far. It helps me to understand answers to some of the questions I've asked. I'm glad. It is probably the single most important thing that I've shared. Unfortunately, its connotations also alleviate the NWO of most accusations. That depends upon your perspective. Does it alleviate the negativity that we've perpetuated? No. Does it alleviate the pain and suffering that we have caused and are causing upon the planet? No. Does it alleviate that we are closing our end game scenario and soon to openly come out and offer publicly to save the failing political and financial institutions with our esteemed leadership? No. Does that mean that you should give into and feed the negativity? No. Does it alleviate that we will have to spend a cycle in karmic restitution to balance the lifetime of overt negativity? No. Does it mean that you should use the negativity as the tool that it is to show you that which you are not? Yes. Remember always that this is a beautiful game that we are playing here and co-creating with each other and our infinite Creator, and that off stage, or between lives, we are the very best of friends, and that no one really dies and no one suffers except for in the game. The game is not reality, and reality is reality. And you have the power to express your reality within the game once you have learned how to do so. You are essentially saying that a soul can only choose positivity in a world where negativity also exists if there were no protagonist in this world, that there'd be no opportunity for a human soul to choose good or evil, and thus prove on a spiritual level that they deserve one afterlife fate over another. If we only had positivity to choose from, that we'd learn nothing and our souls would manage to prove nothing. Is this correct? Exactly. That is the reason why we came. It is a great sacrifice to us, hard as it is to comprehend from within the mental confines of the third density life experience. We do it because we love you. An extremely basic concept, but one I've so far managed to overlook. Unfortunately, for those of us who love our earthly existence, or rather the potential it has, it's rather difficult to come to terms with the concept whereby suffering and slavery are as natural as love and happiness, and that only after this earthly existence can we ever be free. Yes, I understand. Our job is to provide the catalyst. Yours is to use it. Can you look beyond what your eyes are showing you to find and express love and happiness in a world of fear and distress? If you can, you will be as a beacon of light into the darkness. Will you succumb to the darkness, or will you stand and shine your divine inner light? Only you can make that decision for yourself. If the one infinite Creator is infinite and has created everything that is, then does the infinite Creator not reside within all things?